And hello there, everybody. Chief Meteorologist Tim Buckley with you on this Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday, we're still talking a little bit about the tropics, but mostly in a removed way. We're thankful that we don't have the big impacts around here, but we're still kind of marveling at what's going on offshore, the two storms spinning around one another. We're going to be getting some nicer and nicer weather over the next couple of days, and I think you're going to enjoy the way that it ends up. So thanks for being here with us for Live Weather Impact, and let's get right to it. As far as our current weather is across the Triad, it's been a pretty gloomy day of weather. So we've had more clouds than not. We've had rainfall, of course, as well. Most of that rain was earlier in the morning across our Triad area, and now most of it has kind of come to pass. Temperatures are right now in the mid-60s around the area. The dew point, 63 degrees. So it's a little bit muggy still to go along with some of this gloomy sky. In parts, though, we are trying to thin out the cloud cover. So in Winston-Salem, for example, as we're looking west on this camera, you're starting to see a little bit of twilight color. By the way, it's 6:30. So those sunsets are getting earlier and earlier and earlier as we go through our fall season. Temperatures every place around our area right about 70 at this time. We do have some upper 60s and low 70s currently. Now, as far as rain goes, we had some rain earlier in the day, and that's mostly the way that it's been. Since then, a lot of this has really fizzled out. But if I bring you back all the way, so let's start out early this morning and then come to where we are now. You can see we still had that really steady rainfall overnight. This is what you woke up to earlier in the morning. And then bit by bit, it started to just lose the forcing to keep that rain going. So what I mean by that is the weather changed so that it wasn't creating rain showers anymore. Now, there are still a few small sprinkles around the area. You can see maybe some in Guilford County or Alamance, but it's not a big deal. We're going to kind of clear this out as we go through the rest of the evening and into tomorrow. Clouds will stay pretty thick for us. I think it'll remain pretty cloudy overnight tonight. That'll keep our temperatures up. We'll be in the mid-60s for lows. And then going into tomorrow, it will still be cloudy to start the morning. But once you get into the afternoon, that's when that sunshine should start to reappear. And once it does, we'll get what we call mixing. When you warm things up and you mix the air around, you get air from the middle of the atmosphere to kind of mix with air in the lower half of the atmosphere. What that'll do is it'll lower our dew point. I do expect our humidity to start to go down over the next couple of days. And what you'll notice is it just feels more like fall. And that's kind of where we'll be. So take a look at your forecast here on your Wednesday. We'll have cloudiness to start the morning, temperatures in the mid-60s there. And then by the afternoon, we'll be waking up to the mid-70s around our area with a little bit of a breeze. There's enough of a pressure force from the hurricane and from high pressure contrasting that we will get a bit of a breeze that pops up from time to time around our area. Notice the weather pattern. Of course, the big feature that you probably see are the two hurricanes offshore. That's real life, I know. And what we'll find is that the cooler air is really getting sucked down the East Coast as part of this. So we'll be finding more refreshment, cooler mornings, pleasant afternoons. We'll be right there in the low 70s or so to finish off the next couple of days. And as the week goes on, the mornings are just going to get cooler and cooler. I mean, we're talking about high pressure that's really coming in straight from Canada. And whenever you're forecasting the weather, one of the best things to do is to look at where your air is coming from. I know that sounds really basic, it sounds really simple, but in our case, that's controlling the story over the next couple of days. Notice our air is making a trip all the way down from Canada. And in the middle of the country, why is it in the 80s in Minnesota and we're in the upper 60s? Their air is coming from the south. And our air is coming from the north. It's just that simple. So we're going to be on the cooler side of things while they'll be roasting and baking in the middle of the country. We look at our humidity trend. That's a big story throughout the week as well. No rainfall, not really. And overall, the dew points will be pretty nice, pretty comfortable at least. So take a look at this. Temperatures will be in the mid-50s, the dew points in the mid-50s, I should say, and then we'll start to warm up a little bit or get a little bit more humid by the end of the week. There's been fits, though, in parts of our state because of these two storms. Umberto and Imelda. All of them are really far away from us. Again, just a little bit of rain and cloud cover indirectly related to the storms for us. Although there's always an exception, and we know where it is. It's the Outer Banks. You say, well, why are they having issues here? These storms are hundreds and hundreds of miles away. Well, you'd be right. But the thing of it is the waves are really pretty high out there right now. So that's something that we're finding. You take a look at some of these waves, just beautiful. This is like a dream if you're a surfer. But otherwise, it is creating some problems, and we're seeing, in fact, some damage along the Outer Banks. If you hang with us, we'll have some video of some homes that were washed into the ocean in the Buxton area. That was earlier today. We'll have that coming up for you at about 6:40 or so. But this is the live view in Atlantic Beach, North Carolina. Some beautiful waves, some very pretty organization. But you'll notice see how close that water is to the dunes? That's telling you how high everything is. Now, the path of these two storms that will follow, it's pretty interesting what's going to happen. Both of them are Category 1s right now, but Imelda is a bit better organized, and Umberto is kind of in the process of falling apart. Typically, when the two storms get close to one another, they don't combine forces and make a stronger storm. That doesn't happen. Usually, one of them gets weaker, and then the stronger one survives and just kind of gobbles up the scraps. So in this case, that's expected what will happen. We'll see Umberto go away, Imelda will survive, and here's another view of how it happens. Notice the storm at the top falling apart, getting weaker, and then the stronger one at the bottom absorbing it and remaining and taking its trip across the Atlantic Ocean, maybe all the way to the British Isles. We'll see how far that it gets. Back to your local forecast here. We're going to be partly cloudy with cool weather for tonight, getting down to right about 60 degrees. Heading into tomorrow, we'll be in the mid-70s. It's a pretty nice afternoon, but you have to wait to see the sunshine. It'll take a little while. I have us in the mid-70s for the afternoon, clouds in the morning, and sunshine to finish it off. There will be a bit of a breeze in the air as well. We'll have a breezy day for your Wednesday. And then looking ahead, temperatures will be in the low 70s Thursday and Friday, morning lows in the upper 40s. That could be the coolest air that we've seen so far this season. And then getting into the mid and upper 70s for the afternoon, heading into our weekend. The next chance for rain might come in the form of some scattered showers by next Tuesday. We'll have more on that as we get a little bit closer. Stick around on your Weather Impact Show. We'll talk about the tropics. We'll talk about fall air, maybe some fall color forecasting as well. Lots to come with Brad Panovich and myself in just a minute.